welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dumomi and I am a 500 level medical student. Woo, I love the sound of that. So the last time I was here, I was at 400 level, and yes, levels have changed. So if you are new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for holding the fort. I have so much to share with you guys, and I cannot wait to share all that I have. My name is Dumomi Durojaye. I am the girl sent by God to help you to shine your light. So what we do on this channel is to discuss everything and anything to ensure that you become your best self and you don't miss out on who God has created you to be. So in this today's video, we will be discussing money. Money is usually a very touchy topic, and this is why I've come to expose myself. So in my first video in this personal finance series, I shared best money practices and all. If you have not seen that, I will link it somewhere here. But today I'm going to share how I am spending my money in 2025. Happy New Year, by the way. It's been such a long time away from here. I had exams. Imagine writing exams in the new year. But anyway, that's not about that. You get the details later. So yeah, we're talking about how I'm spending my money in 2025. Money is such a big deal, especially in today's economy where you just have to be careful with the way you're spending money. When I did my review of how I spent money last year, I saw a lot of things. Most of them were not shocking because I wasn't exactly tracking how I was spending money. Of course, I was budgeting, but I wasn't careful enough. I was also saving and investing and all of that good stuff. But I realized at the end of the year that, okay, even the money I spent, I could have spent it in a much better way. What do I mean? So most of my money went to food. Yes. We listen, we don't judge, right? So most of my money went to food, and most of it was actually very unnecessary. I mean, I went for, but I won't say the most expensive, but I went for more expensive, unnecessary choices instead of focusing on just what my body needs and all of that. So of course you can indulge 1 or 2 times, but I know where I'm coming from and I know to do better, right? And I saw that there were so many things I wanted to buy that because of how much I was spending on food. Of course, food is a basic need, right? So I put more priority on food than on other things. But this year I want to focus more on just getting good stuff for myself, and that is why I came up with a personal finance formula for me. So what I would do this year in my finance is to divide my money into different categories. If you're familiar with budgeting, you will know that the financial experts, they usually advise us, right? Out of your 100% money, 20% should go into savings. I think 60% into needs, right? Needs like rent, transportation, feeding, and all of that good stuff, right? And then wants should be like 20% now, or 30%. Okay, there's a 50, 20, 30. So yeah, 50 for basic needs, 20 for savings and investments, and then 30 for wants, right? But I'm like, this does not work in all of the cases, right? And this is why I want to share mine, because I'm thinking that it's something that everybody should do as it suits their particular or peculiar situations. So yes, my money is 100%. Let's say I have 100 naira, right? And I'm looking at the different things I need to spend money on. So as I said earlier, this year I'm particularly big on, I won't call them assets, but I will call them like my wants, like things I've always wanted to buy for myself, because I've noticed that I don't do so well in buying stuff for myself, right? So things like new clothes, new shoes, bags, all those feel good stuff, right? Or even like home appliances that I've been eyeing, right? This year I want to make sure that I get them while not compromising on the other important aspects that I need to spend money on. So I needed to put that in place. So what did I do? I sectioned my money into like different sections based on percentages. So when any money comes in, I divide it ASAP. My tithes, I don't joke with my tithes. So my 10% goes out of the account immediately. Excuse me. My 10% tithe goes into, I pay my tithe immediately, right? So there's no tampering with my tithe, right? And as children of God, we should honor God with our tithes always, right? It's not optional. It's not optional. It's a command by God, and we have to obey it, right? So that's the first thing I do. 10% my tithe. So we are left with what? We're left with 90%. So out of that 90%, 20% goes into my savings and investments. Majorly savings though, because I won't call myself a small girl, but then I do majorly savings. So that's 30% gone. We are left with 70. So 25% goes into feeding, right? So let's say 10,000 naira comes in. I do these calculations and I put them in separate accounts. So I have an account for my food money. This is so hilarious, but that's the truth. So if I'm spending anything on food, the money comes from that account, right? And not from any other account. So yes, then we have 50% gone already, right? Then we have my big girl buys. So do I want to buy shoes, bags, wigs, makeup stuff and all of that? 15% goes into that, right? Because I did not do that last year. So even that food, I'm still going to reduce it because it looks like the money is too much, or like the percentage is too much, right? I think I can reduce it to 20%, so that maybe the 5% will go into savings or more into like any other part. So so we have 15% for my wants, right? My big girl buys. So we're left with 35%. Out of 35%, 15%, 5% goes into miscellaneous, like maybe random stuff that comes up, and and maybe there was no allocation for it before, so there's the allowance for that. So there's a 15%. Okay, yes, there's a 15% for data, transport, and data and transportation basically, right? And then there's another 15% or 10%, now I'm not so sure, that goes into giving and offerings. So if anybody comes to meet me that they need anything, I have a separate let's say allocation or a bucket, yes, a funds bucket for that. So if it's exhausted at any particular time, I'm sorry, but it's exhausted, right? So that's also where my offerings come from. So, and I've been using it for 2 months now. We're in February 2025, and that's really helped me, right? I have been able to buy some of the things that I've always been wanting to buy. I'm even shocked, and I'm like, okay, all right. And I think another thing that I did last year that I do not want to repeat this year is like toxic savings, like over saving. Last year I was always complaining to my friend that any small thing, motilo save, but I'm renewing my mind when it comes to saving. And sometimes it's even better to get what you want to get now, because by next month or next 2 months, maybe after you have saved the money for some time, the stuff will have become more expensive, right? So if you took 1 or 2 things from this video, let me know, because it has helped me so much, and I just thought to share with somebody, so that even if you are struggling with your finance in one way or the other, this information can be a good place to start. You don't necessarily need to copy my percentages verbatim, right? Especially because people have like different priorities at this point in time. So yeah, thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with somebody you think that needs it. Till I come your way next time, bye.